Hi everyone.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live. And,
We're live! Yay! Hello!
so I'm
Space
your host,
Junkie!
Alexis, live manager on the game. I'm with Adrian, Lacey, producer of Space Junkie. How are you, man?
I'm very good, thank you very much, and welcome to Space.
And we have a lot of things to discuss today. Just let's start with the new trailer.
Cool.
And boom!
Oh!
So, 26 March, we are releasing the game. And Adrian, do you have a word for that?
Well, yeah, 26th of March, you can come and play, finally. One of the best VR shooters on the market. It'll be amazing. It'll be fun. It's fast, it's furious, it's funky. We're going to show you a little bit about that today. Obviously, there will be an open beta just before. So for you guys who want to try it, for people who want to give it a go just before they get it, then you can obviously join us just before. So that's cool as well. So you can already go to our website, spacejunkiesgame.com, and see everything that's happening and stay up to date with all the actualities and news that are coming over the next month.
And make sure to follow the Twitter and join the Discord, because most of the community are here, and you can exchange with good players, streamers, and YouTubers as well. We have other news for arcade later, but make sure to sign up on the website. And for this stream, we will take some of the questions from the community, so you can ask it on Twitter or the Discord with the hashtag #AskSpaces. Sorry, and we have some of them here. So will the game be crossplay between PC and PSVR?
Well, we're actually doing our tech tests at the moment. So obviously, for balancing reasons, we're not officially announcing anything, but we're doing our tech tests at the moment to see how they work together. And then depending on how the community reacts to it, we'll see what we release and how we do it. But yeah, at the moment, we're just testing everything. We're obviously HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and PSVR. So they are all compatible today. So we're just playing around with it. And as with everything with Space Junkies, we rely on you, the players, to help us make it all beautiful and working wonderfully. So.
Yeah, and about the development, can you talk about how the project started a bit?
Well, the project started a few years ago, like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2.5, give or take. And basically what we were doing is obviously, we started seeing the first inklings of a VR headset that were planned. And obviously it's a very high technical challenge. And we're a studio that has built engines, and we've done many games since King Kong, Ghost Recon, Just Dance, and all the rest of it. Yeah. So very early on, we were like, we've done a lot with motion controllers. So obviously now with the VR headsets, your head is a kind of an input. That's how we've designed the game.
When you look and everything, so.
Yeah, so when you look and you fly around, you look where you want to go. That's a starting point. So we really use the headset as a kind of a controller. Plus, you're in this sort of spherical space. Plus, with the arrival of the controllers, the touch controllers, the wands, and what have you, we realized, after working on games like Just Dance and Rabbids and all those kind of things, the interaction and the expression of the player is really important to us. Player expression is key. As you can see from my boys, you can do hand gestures, you can show love, rock and roll, all this stuff here. You can even play a bit of guitar. Woo! So obviously, personal expression is really, oh, mamma mia. So all these little things were things that we played with very early on in the development, and that's what brought us to this point. We use a full human IK system, so there's very little animation on these bodies. This is basically me moving and gesticulating.
Just let me show them the embodiment part. So we will be just switching into the game, so don't worry.
Okay. So here, as you can see, my guys, if you ever want to show, we're going to show embodiment.
Yeah.
So ooh, look at the wonderful body.
So when you see the character moving, it's actually Adrian moving. So just let's see his camera here. Right. So now you can see him on the top right, and his character in the center. You can move with everyone. Here we are in the lobby, so the first zone you are in when you start playing, and you can join up to 4 players.
Yeah, that's right. At the moment we do 2v2. You can also play other types of modes as well. But today we're going to show you Team Deathmatch. 2 versus 2, red versus blue. I'm going to take these boys down.
Yeah, sure. I think we can start a game then.
Should we roll into a game? Okay, just to give you an idea. Obviously, you got different guns. For those of you who've never seen Space Junkies, we have full motion physics on everything we do, so you can pass your guns, spin them around, do whatever you want. Ooh, that's the Cosmic Ripper. So that's basically like an Arnold Schwarzenegger badass weapon. You have the railgun there, which is like a pulse rifle that sends out a one-shot sniper rifle kind of gun. And this is the rocket launcher. This is a sort of a teleguided rocket launcher. So when you fire, you can actually guide your missile as it goes through. So just in case you didn't understand, we also have equipments over the shoulders, such as a shield and a laser sword. Ooh, okay. But you can't really kill yourself, okay? So let's go into our map. Let's have a look. Come with me. Come with me if you want to play. Okay, here we go. So let's do a team deathmatch. We're going to go to Absolute Zero. There we go.
So Absolute Zero is one of the... How many maps do we have at launch?
I think there's 6 maps at launch, so this is one of the maps that we'll be launching with the game. It's transformed over time, so some of the guys who've already played in the original sort of closed alpha and beta stages, they'll notice some big differences in these maps as we've progressed.
Yeah, of course, we modify the map to balance it and everything, so yeah. Absolutely,
and you know what we found is as you get more experience and stuff, dynamic covers, being able to duck and look around objects was much more important for players. So we've learned a lot through our various alpha and beta phases, which is cool. Yeah. So let me just go hunt down somebody. There's one. Oh, there he is!
The players' feedback are really important, so don't forget to sign up for the beta for that.
Absolutely. This game, one of the great things about Space Junkies is it gives us a real opportunity to play with our consumer, our players. And they've given us wonderful feedback on different weapons, also on different maps. So that's been awesome to have that experience, that one-to-one. Plus in VR, you get a chance to actually play with them. And you actually can communicate using all your social expression and stuff. Oh, nasty.
That was a double kill right there.
That was not very nice of you at all. Not
So here we see the respawn, and you are jumping into the action just after that.
That's right. We've got very fast loading times. It's about 1 to 3 seconds.
On PC, of course.
On PC, of course, yeah. So it's one of the big advantages. We wanted something that was fast, instant. We didn't want to give long loading times or anything like that. We want it quick and easy. You jump in and you just go on a frag fest.
And the ragdoll effect just makes me smile every time.
Well, you're in microgravity, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You tend just to float away! Rocket, baby! Rocket.
And no one can hear you in space, so... Nice double kill there.
That's what they said, but in Star Wars, they seem to do a good job. I don't know. They don't even have zero gravity in Star Wars. I don't know.
And actually, this representation of zero gravity is the real one, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, we weirdly enough, we actually met a few of the French astronauts very early on in development.
You mean Thomas Pesquet?
Not Thomas Pesquet, some of the earlier guys, and who'd already been up into space by that time. He was only just leaving about a year before or something like that. So we talked to a couple of those guys, and it was funny because we were playing the game and they were talking about zero gravity, microgravity, and all the rest of it, and how it really works. So obviously we're not a simulation, so it's a little bit different because if I was to start using you as turning you upside down in the game. In VR, it's a bit tricky because you don't have any sense of orientation. Even on the ISS, they have a ground floor and a ceiling. Yeah. So, we really try and keep this sort of horizontal plane to a certain extent. And that vertical. Wait there, bear with me. Let me just get him. Oh, see ya.
A nice script there.
So, obviously we're not a simulation of space, we're much faster. But it was interesting to see them and how they react to these worlds. They were telling me this funny thing is that, having that sense of orientation up and down is really important for human beings, because we're obviously terrestrial beings. So it's kind of the same thing when it kind of led us to this sort of idea of trying to keep these platforms to fly through and run up and down. Oh, it got me. That was a rocket. I got a rocket. But obviously, the real thing that sort of makes it kind of cool is when you let go of something. So guns, it was really important because, some of the early games in VR, when you dropped your gun, it would fall on the floor, and then you were trying to rummage around on the floor to pick it up. So we've attached it to this sort of cable. It floats in front of you for a little bit, and then it drops down. So microgravity actually serves a real purpose for us in the game in terms of gameplay.
Of course. If we can mix everything in and make it fun, that's the best we can do.
Well, yeah, and the other thing originally, one of the funny things is, and again, this is from some of the learnings that we had, is a lot of people always wanted everything to happen slow. They thought it was better to go slowly. We really wanted to do something that was fast and furious. We wanted something that was really quick for players, and the action comes fast and hard from every direction, including above. Wah!
Or downstairs, like that.
Or downstairs. I'm gonna get him.
You said the action is very quick, but most of the people are motion sickness, but in the game is not that much, actually.
Well, again, these are the things that, to bring it back to the astronauts, when you're in microgravity and you're spinning around and you're turning upside down and all the rest of it, those, in microgravity, it takes you, can take even professional, like test pilots and guys nearly sort of 3 months, 2 months to get over that sort of feeling of nausea. Now, one of the things, we have a lot of things that we've learned over time to really relieve. So we have a lot of tricks and techniques to take it away, such as blinders, such as lines that go through. It's also about keeping a very high and stable frame rate, so it's not jumpy and things like that. And all those little things happen. The weird thing with motion sickness is some people just don't feel anything. Sometimes you can do whatever you want. It's nothing for them. I guess it's kind of like roller coasters. It's probably the closest example as I can give. But for the more casual player or people who are unsure of their first experience, what we do is put all the settings to full, and you have a settings option in your menus that you can take off based on your own comfort level. But comfort was really important, and we wanted you to be able to fly around fast. Did I win?
Yeah. No, actually, you were on the blue side. So no.
I was on the blue side. Oh, no. Boo. Boo.
Actually, can you show around a bit of the lobby, please?
Okay, so the lobby's kind of like your holding room. So we put these giant space beach balls. You can also play a little, our version of Rocket League. It's a slightly downgraded version of Rocket League with giant beach balls. So you can put them through those hoops, like so, and you'll score. Oh, you missed it, and you can. And basically, they score points.
Maybe we'll do an event on that.
Yeah, maybe. Then we give you a chance to obviously play with different weapons, such as the Cosmic Ripper, which is a one-handed and two-handed gun. If it's one-handed, it takes a little bit of time to warm up. But if it's two-handed, you're much more precise, and you have a scope on it. Then you have the nuclear slingshot. This is basically a slingshot that throws out, boom, explosions, like so, which is pretty cool. Then you have, obviously, the biopump, sunblasters that you can spin around. What else have we got? There's the biopump. So that's a two-handed. It's kind of like a shotgun down on Earth.
And you have to use your second hand to reload.
That's right. So you click, boom. So you reload it just like a normal shotgun. And one of the cool things with our guns, because they're disposable, when they run out, they glow that color and they turn into grenades. So they basically, you can just throw them like a grenade and get that last kill on an enemy.
All right. Well, let's see this thing in action then.
Okay, let's do it. Let's go, boys. Let's play. Come and play today. Right, I'm going to just change for one more equipment. Let me show you this one. Okay. So I've gotten rid of my solar sword, and now these are my lures. These are my little decoys, right? They're kind of like claymores. Boom, and they explode, you see? So I can launch them, and they will copy everything I do. So I don't have many friends. Oh. Okay. What are we playing? Okay, let's get a map. Team deathmatch. Keep going. Okay, let's see what we got. Dark Eyes. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite maps, actually. It was one of the very first maps that we did. way back when we started.
Yeah.
It's very much corridors, interiors, breakables.
Like in abandoned mine base, kind of.
Yes. Well, I guess so. I mean, that's probably the closest. But it's very intense because there's a lot of places to hide. So this is less of a, you can play quite tactically. There's a lot of little corridors through the ice caverns and stuff that you can go behind, little sneaky passages. What else you can do is I can lay my decoys like that, which show up on enemy intels as a breakable wall. Oh, let me get through here. Okay.
And more map will be coming after the launch, so...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the other things we want to do on Space Junkies is we want to make sure that there's fresh content regularly for other players. So, you know, we've got a whole DLC lined up for players until... there, let me just... There he is. Let me just hunt him down. There's one. Oh!
Nice one.
Get the shield. No! Got me with the biopump. Okay. No problem. But I'll do a fly around in a minute once I get back into the map. So as you can see, I jumped straight back in. There's always a weapon waiting for me in the airlocks. Those airlocks are used so you can also change your character and change your weapon. So you can change everything on the fly when you're in the airlock once you've been killed.
But you can't change the equipment, right?
You can change your equipment as well. Yes, you can. Yeah. So you can change basically all your items. Let me just do a sneaky one there. Ooh, let him go in there. Okay. Oh.
So you just throw two dummies right in back of you just for setting a trap there?
Yeah, so basically if there's a guy on my tail, I drop off a couple of my decoys and they'll explode if he's chasing me down. Someone's got a rail gun, like that, double barrel. So this is a double barrel, this is like a rebound gun. So I'm gonna get one of these and you'll see this rebound. So this means that it's called the ricochet. Oh, there. So it's hard for him to... Oh! Where did that come?
I guess you took a headshot from a sniper.
That was not pleasant. That was not nice of anyone. Okay,
when you die, you see the enemy camera, so he can taunt you after the kill.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, very
yeah, I like that.
funny. Yeah, did you tell him that? Okay, I've got a pulse rifle now. Let's go. Let's do this.
Actually, the matches are 15 points each. For
yeah, it's first to 15 or the max or 5-minute rounds.
Yeah.
So whatever's first. Oh! Come on.
They're running around, just taking the corridors.
Oh!
Nice hit. Nice defense with the shield.
Ah! Nearly.
Yeah, but the reload time got you.
Well, that's it. You know, it's based on me, so I can't blame the gun for a slow reload. So that was me. It was a bit rubbish. Come on, let's play together a little bit. I can't lose 2 rounds in it.
All right.
Let's go. There. He's up at the top. Get him.
5 kill left. 2 minutes. Actually, the match are pretty tight.
It's doable. There we go. The comeback kids.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And you have 5 kill. They have 5 kill more than you, but 5 kill in this game are really quick to have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's fast, so you know you can catch up. There's a lot of. It depends on how good. Oh, gee.
Nice dodge there.
And it's about playing as a team. You know, a lot of this game is about doubling up on your enemies. You know, flanking and working together.
And the teabag is here.
Okay, let's see. Okay, a little sneaky corridor. So also rotations, we use this snap rotation in this version because I prefer using snap, but you also have a smooth rotation on PC that you can adapt, which gives you more like a mouse rotation. Some players like it. I'm just used to the 45-degree snap now.
You can play the way you like better.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things is everyone likes playing the way they want to be, particularly on PC, so we give them those options. Let me just get some armor. Load me up. It's 12. Okay, come back, kids. And
as you say for the team up, this game really is really focused on your teammate as well. You can corner everyone, and you can play a bit competitively on the game.
Oh, it's very competitive. I mean, we've been playing we play a lot competitively, even just in-house amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
It does get very competitive very quickly.
Some of the guys have just insane strats.
Yeah, and where is he? And same, you know, we plan on running different tournaments in different events, whether it's arcades, whether it's different sporting tournaments as well.
Yeah, we are talking about that just after it, after this match. And that's the GG there. All right.
I think I got killed then too many times. It's hard to talk at the same time. It's hard.
All right. So come back to us then.
Okay, so obviously we're in the armory at the moment, so we're just getting our scores and choosing our controls.
And that's the end of the game. We talk about a bit about the tournaments.
Yes.
And for that, we are making we add a release on arcade.
Yeah, I mean I believe it's over 100 arcades around the world. Yep. So you can see that at spacejunkiesgame.com. If you want to see if there's an arcade near you, if you want to get an early sample of what the game will play like. I think they are also planning a tournaments very soon. I can't remember the dates, but you can see all the dates on there. But it should be pretty cool. I mean, that for us, it's very much about, you know, trying things and just getting player feedback on how we can improve weapon balancing, how we can improve different tournament modes, and so on. So it's really important for us that people just get into a headset and give it a go.
Yeah, just a quick note about the arcade. We have a list of the arcade near you, so we are updating it every time, so you can just check on the website and just go there and play the game.
Cool.
And for the tournaments, we have our friends at Val. So they are hosting a tournament on arcades. You can find them on their website. So Adrian, what is the website?
Which one is this one?
The VR Athletic League.
VRathleticsLeague.com.
Yep.
Right. I can't see it, remember, I have a headset.
And they have a lot of places, and yeah, if you want to make your arcade in, just ask them, make the contact between Val and the arcade, and maybe you will be in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's worth giving it a go. I mean, it's still early days before you get some time on the game, and you've got a chance to win a bit of fun. Lots of prizes to be won, a lot of fun to be had.
And we will be streaming some of the matches, starting with the playoffs on the 11th of March. Cool. So stay tuned for that. And do we have some question? Let me check. Yes, so we talk about competitive and esports. That was one of the questions. Will post-launch DLC be free? Yes,
absolutely. You know, VR is still new. We want to look after our players, and we're building content for them. So at the moment, that's the way it's going to be. We've decided that right from the beginning. We're still learning, and we're learning with you. So yes, it will be free.
And will there be crossplay between arcade and regular players?
That we're going to check, because at the moment because they're running sort of early tournaments before launch. We probably will over time start linking up with arcades, but that will depend. We've got to test that still. So at the moment, we're keeping them on a separate version. So they have an arcade-specific version, so they're allowed to test things, play things, run tournaments, and what have you. And then over time, as we sort of do title updates and DLCs, we're going to try and sort of sync everything together.
And last and juicy question, do we plan to support Oculus Quest?
Oh, Oculus Quest. It's still early days there, man. It's still early days.
Yeah, I know, but people are asking.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, it's never off the table for us. It's anything that's VR is very interesting to us.
Can you remind us about the platform right now?
Which platform? What platforms are we on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're currently on we're on Oculus Rift. We're on HTC Vive. We do have a Windows VR version, mixed reality, sorry, and PS VR.
All right.
Okay, so there you go. But yeah, no, Oculus Quest, it's interesting. It's still early days for them. We're looking at it, but obviously, you know, we're sort of a high-end PC title and high-end console title. Yeah. So we're not there yet, but we'll see. We'll see what the future holds.
So stay tuned with the beta the social we have, and you can see everything on the downside here. And yeah, for the next stream we will take some of the questions as well. Make sure to ask them with the hashtag #AskSpaces or on the Discord. Just come talk to us. Other community guys, they are really friendly, really great, and you can talk about Space Junkie, about VR stuff. Most of the guys there are really into VR, so yeah, just jump in and ask some questions.
Hashtag #AskSpaces. Yay!
Yep. And I guess that's about it for us for today.
Gather round! That's it, boys! We played! I want a rematch. I'm not happy about that. You were amazing. You were amazing. You were amazing.
Just let me show them.
You're amazing. You're amazing. I love you. I love you. And I love you. You're amazing.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So let's wrap it up. Thank you, everyone, for watching the stream, and see you next time.
Cheers, people.
We'll leave you with the trader, and bye.
See you in space.
Oh, so sorry, we have a quick lag.